Welcome back. I'll go ahead and do number 10. 10 and 11 are both quadratic equations with a coefficient of 1, which means we can take our shortcut. So I'll do one of them and leave the other one for you. I'm going to do number 11. And the coefficient here, a, is 1 times negative 20. So we have negative 20. And our coefficient here, b, is 1. So two numbers that multiply to negative 20 but add to 1, 5 and negative 4. Now because this is 1, I can just take the factors directly from the diamond and write them as x plus 5 times x minus 4. And those are equal to 0. This is rewritten now in factored form. And using the zero product property, x will equal negative 5 and x will equal 5. Now for numbers 12 through 16, we have the difference of two squares. And today in class, we looked at the process for factoring in a more quick way. Knowing that the middle term drops out, we just look at what two factors, when we take the positive square root of 9x squared, 3x times 3x, those two factors will multiply to 9x squared. And the two factors that will multiply to 25 are 5. So we'll have a plus 5 and a minus 5. 3x times 3x is 9x squared. 5 times 3x, that's 15x. But then if we multiply this times this, we get minus 15x. So the middle terms drop out. And we have 5 times negative 5, which is negative 25. So our final result will be 9x squared minus 25. So this is factored correctly. Just taking the square root of 9x squared and the square root of 25, the positive ones. And set each factor equal to 0 to solve. And this becomes negative 5 thirds. And this becomes positive 5 thirds. And there's our two solutions. It's much more quick when we can recognize that this right here is the difference of two squares. Number 14, I'm going to take the square root of 2x squared, that's 2x, and the square root of 9 is 3. And then I'm going to write the positive square root here of 2x, and then minus 3 equals 0. 2x times 2x is 4x squared, and 3 times 3 is 9 minus. And setting these equal to 0 gives negative 3 halves, and x equals positive 3 halves. And there's our solutions. And that's how quick it can be with the difference of two squares. Now, I would like to do one where I don't use the method that I just showed you in class today and just did here. Let's make the diamond, and let's let b equal 0. Remember, we can write this as x squared plus 0x minus 4 equals 0. So you can always use this method. Where b is equal to 0. So I have x squared plus 0x minus 4 equals 0. 1 times negative 4 goes here, and the 0 goes here for b. And 2 and negative 2 will multiply to give negative 4, but add to be 0. So my factors now are going to be, using the shortcut, because this coefficient is 1, x plus 2 times x minus 2 equals to 0. And so the solutions are x equals 2 and x equals negative 2. You can always do factoring by grouping if you don't want to take this shortcut. So I'm going to do this problem again without using any shortcuts. Number 13, x squared minus 4 equals 0. Again, I make the diamond, and I know that b is 0. 1 times negative 4 is negative 4. I'll rewrite this just to make sure that you know. 2 and negative 2, solve the diamond. I'm going to rewrite this middle term now as 2x minus 2x. 2x minus 2x. So rewrite the first term plus 2x minus 4 equals 0. And factor this by grouping. Take out the x, left with x plus 2 here. Take out a minus 2, and left with x plus 2 here. Take out the common binomial of x plus 2 multiplied by x minus 2 equals 0. And then the solutions here will be x equals negative 2 and x equals 2. Get the same solutions as using the shortcuts, the tried and true method. 15 we did in class, and I have a hint. Factor out the greatest common factor first, which we should always be looking for when factoring anyway. Looking at first, is there any factor we can pull out? Often it makes it much simpler. So here we have an x that's in common. So what's left is x squared minus 1 equals 0. So this first factor is fine, but this can be factored further. You might be tempted to say the solution is 1, but there's another solution in there. So let's factor this. This is the difference of two squares. So I can write my parentheses like this. Take the square root of x squared is x, and 1 is 1. Positive square root of x squared here is x, and 1. And I have my plus and my minus equals 0. So there are three solutions, 0, negative 1, and 1.